Hello friend, you're welcome back to the class. And in this tutorial we'll be talking on a very wonderful topic. So don't forget, do well to follow Grand Skills on Twitter at official Grand Skill-INTL, official Grand Skill-INTL on Twitter, and you can also follow me on official Samdiri on Twitter as well. So if you don't have a Twitter account, do well to get a Twitter handle, sign up on Twitter, and follow up Grand Skills so you could get all the benefits that they have for students. So let's get on to the class immediately. Okay, we'll be looking at chicks management. Chicks management. Chicks management. When properly managed, ducks production is a profitable venture which can yield up to 50% of invested capital as net profit. Meaning, if you are putting in $100, when you harvest your ducks, you are sure of getting $150, which means $50 is your profit, while $100 was your initial investment. So $50 is gonna be your profit. It's gonna be your profit. Okay. So this sector of poultry production requires extra care and management, just as we said earlier. One major thing you need consider is the source or hatchery. Is the source or hatchery where you get your stocks. One major thing you need consider is the source or hatchery where you get your stocks. Be sure to get from a reliable hatchery. Be sure to get your day-old chicks from a reliable hatchery. Before you purchase your day-old chicks, be sure to consult other persons who has been in the business and enquire which hatchery in your area is best to buy from. So don't just go and book for the day-old chicks, or don't just go to any hatchery to buy your day-old chicks. Make sure you ask those who have been in the business, ask them, where have you been buying, which one does better, which one can actually do well. There are some that when you buy them, they 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 always get cough, as in let me say I buy from this I buy from hatchery A, and hatchery A, their birds are always fond of having cough. Then I buy from hatchery B. Hatchery B, their birds are always fond of having stunted growth. I buy from hatchery C. Hatchery C are always their birds are always in fond of uh, having let me say fowl pox. So if you then compare these three, hatchery A cough, hatchery B stunted growth, hatchery C what did we say on hatchery C? Okay, hatchery C having pox, that's fowl pox. So when you compare these three, if it were to be me, I would rather choose hatchery A, which always have cough, because you cure them the cough. If the cough doesn't go, you just be managing it until you sell them to those who actually raise to a slaughter size, and they also will be able to manage the cough until they sell to consumers, until to sell to the market who will consume the birds. But when you buy from hatchery B, when you buy from hatchery B, which always gets stunted growth, you see that instead of you harvesting your birds or instead of you harvesting your chicks, selling them to those who will raise them to a slaughter size, instead of you selling them in 4 weeks, you see that it will now extend to 6 weeks, which is very bad, and they will be consuming much feed as well, as the same thing as they are supposed to consume when they are getting bigger. So it is better you choose cough than stunted growth. What about pox? Pox will cause deformity and the rest of them. Birds will not be able to walk. Birds will be having some wattle on their comb, and they'll be having pox on their wattles and comb and the rest of them. Deformities. So it is better I choose cough than having pox or stunted growth. Okay, so that is it. So before you purchase your day-old chicks, be sure to consult other persons who has been in the business and inquire which hatchery in your area is best to buy from. Strictly follow all instructions in this our class and avoid acts of negligence and carelessness. So make sure you follow up on everything I'm gonna show you, so you'll be able to succeed. And also make researches. Do not just base on what I taught you. Also make researches. Also go to Google, the rest of them, make researches, and you see more informations to equip yourself. So feed, medicate, and vaccinate as instructed and at appropriate time. Make sure you feed them at appropriate time. Medicate them when they need medication, and also vaccinate them when they need vaccination. Do not skip any medication to say, okay, instead of me giving them today, let me give them tomorrow. No, you have to give them today. That is the appropriate time they need it. Give them today. If they are supposed to take a medication for 3 days, in fact, every medication except vaccination that used to be for just one day or at once, every medication, apart from vaccination and deworming, every other medication as I have known actually takes at least at least 5 days. At least 5 days. There are the ones for 3 days, but I prefer giving them medication for 5 days. If it is for cure, it's 5 to 7 days. If it is for prevention, it is 3 days. So do well to medicate and vaccinate them as instructed and at appropriate time, with good feed and health care. Okay, with good feed. Make sure you give them fresh feed. Do not buy old feed or feed that have stayed in store for some months. Do not buy expired feed. Okay, also check out for their health care. So in addition to all, their health management and nutrition must be specially put in consideration. It must be specially put in consideration. So let's talk about the nutrition, chicks nutrition. Feeding of ducks is ad libitum, which I told us before. You have to feed them, make sure their feed is always there. Make sure they don't lack feed at all. So if there is light also, you can also feed them at night. They will also eat. They will eat. If you give them, they will eat day and night. So if there is no light too, you can also allow them to be at night, let them sleep and continue in the morning. But when they eat day and night, they get to market size quickly. They get to market size quickly than when they eat only in the morning. So meaning that they eat every time, both day and sometimes night when there is light. So if you don't have light, allow them to be. It has been proven that 60% of the cost of raising ducks is on feed. So make sure you feed them well. 60% of raising ducks are actually on feed, and 30% is on medication, okay, and 10% is on contingencies. So two types of feed are generally used throughout the raising of ducks. Two types of feed. These are broiler starter and broiler grower. So these are the feed that are used throughout this period of raising your day-old chicks from day 1 to 4 weeks. So we'll be learning on how and when to use these different types and sizes of feed in our further class. So that is it for chicks management, and I hope you understand everything as explained. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.